What the hell was that? The Chicago Bulls get absolutely destroyed against one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, and that's the Boston Celtics, 124-105. We're going to talk about it all and more, but you know what we got to do first? What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Derek Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. Nikola Vucevic, off the bench for the Boston Celtics today, had 19 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 1 steal to go along with 4 turnovers. Nikola Vucevic, with that performance, would have been the highest scoring Chicago Bull on the night. The highest scoring Chicago Bull tonight was Rob Dillingham, who played 30 minutes, who scored 16 points, 1 rebound, 7 assists, 3 steals to go along with 3 turnovers as well. Hey, yo, listen. Yeah, man. Nah, bro. No, and anybody who tries to use this performance like, but Hayes, Rob Dillingham led us in score. This was a great performance by Rob Dillingham. Rob Dillingham right now is the tank commander. Now, this is not to say what's going to happen with Rob Dillingham long-term or anything like that, but if you using this performance to try to support Rob Dillingham being great, come on, bro. This was like that one a year P. Will performance we get when P. Will goes off for like 28, 7, and 7. That's what this felt like. That's what this was. Like, but shout out to Rob Dillingham though for scoring, like going 6 or 12 from the field, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. No 3-pointers made in this game. Shout out to him for being able to put up that performance. But this is not the type of performance that you look at and you're like, oh my God, Rob Dillingham. You also got 15 points from Collin, Sexton, who was in the starting lineup today. Jaden Ivey moved to the bench today. He scored 10 points off the bench, going 4-9 from the field, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Collin Sexton with 15 points. Buzelis with 15 points. Gershon Yabusele with 13. Patrick Williams with 12. But, man, this was an ass cheek of a game, y'all. This was an ass cheek of a game. That's what this was. This was, hey, listen, I said it before. Billy Donovan's game plan was a diagram of Rosie O'Donnell's ass. This was a lot of ass in this game, man. There was a lot of ass in this game. That's all I can say. A lot of rosy cheeks in this motherfucker because this was bad. This was bad. I'm telling y'all, watching this basketball game was offensive to watching the game of basketball. Like calling this basketball for the Bulls was offensive to the game of basketball. This was an ugly, disgusting, downright, low-down, dirty, ugly-ass game. This was bad, man. I'm telling y'all, everybody who was able to make it through this entirety of this game, shout out to y'all. Shout out to you and your loved ones. You are an angel and a saint because this game was cheeks, bro. This team is done, bro. Like let's just go ahead and put a fork in it. This team is cooked. It's over with. It's done. There's no love of basketball here. It's over with. And I know people are still holding out hope. Like, oh, well, when Josh Giddey and Trey Jones gets back and Jalen Smith, we're still too good for X, Y, Z. You know what else I gotta talk to you guys about, too? For all the Bulls fans out there, everybody who's saying out there, it's too late to tank. We're not going to catch up with the Brooklyn Nets. That's not the point. The point of this was never to catch up with the Brooklyn Nets. The point is to make sure that we don't get into the damn play-in and that we can at least guarantee a lottery pick. That's what this is. This is ugly, disgusting, and downright disrespectful. Somebody this is the type of thing that you do when you're about to fire a coach. Like honestly, Billy Donovan, for now the straight seasons that he's going to have with a losing record, what are we going to do with Billy Donovan? Because I tell you what, y'all try to turn this around and AK like trying to say, oh, well, Billy Donovan's done a great and amazing job as a coach. We're going to keep him on. What in the hell? Why? This is done, bro. It's done. It's bad. It's bad. It doesn't make any sense. Buy out Sexton and Simons. They're not going to stay. We need everyone under 25 minutes. And no. That's just that's that 2K thinking. That's not real life. Because even if you don't plan on keeping them, which I will say the Bulls are going to try to keep at least one of those guys, you still hold on to them because you have the chance of forcing a sign and trade for a team that wants to sign those guys, and AK can stack a couple of more seconds. You don't just ain't no point. You're not developing nobody else this season anyway. I tell you that right now. Ain't nobody the type of basketball we're playing right now. Nobody's developing at all. You can bring campaign back for a better chance to develop. Nobody's developing with the style of basketball that we're playing right now. Ain't no development in that. I get it that you're upset, that we're upset about where the team is. I'm not saying they're going to win a lot of basketball games, but ain't no development in anything that we're doing. The rest of the season ain't doing shit for Modest. It's not doing shit for Rob Dillingham. It's not doing shit for nobody. This is cheeks, bro. Like I said, I wish I can give y'all some better analysis on this and like really dig in deep and give y'all some great basketball talk. Like this is, like I said, in watching this team play today, and like, does this feel like a basketball team to anybody? And that's always the downside of tanking, right? Like for everybody who's been screaming for the Bulls to tank for years, this is the downside of tanking because listen, okay, you tank, you can get a better pick, but there's nothing being learned by any player for the remainder of the year. Modest Buzelis can take 20 shots a game. It's not going to help him be a better NBA player with the way that we're playing right now. Now, I'm not saying if you end up getting a top 5 pick and getting lucky in the lottery, great. Okay, great. But this, nah, man. Ain't nobody learning from this. Nobody's developing from this. There's no point in playing the guys under 25 in this either because they're not learning shit right now. We are not in a place where anybody's learning anything. Nothing. Nobody's learning nothing. Why should you keep Sexton and Collins for what? I'm tired of the trash defense players, more running in place, more middle of the pack basketball. Literally, only hope is striking gold. It's not literally. Look, I get everybody's being. Why would you keep Simons or Sexton? Because they're scorers. And if you look around the NBA, even teams that are good teams, you could talk about defense or whatever. They need a player. I'm not saying you keep both of them, but you have a player like that can score. Anthony Simons could be really good next to Josh Giddey. If you're looking for a better upgrade next to Josh Giddey, that's fine. Collin Sexton can be a decent scorer for you off the bench. And as I said before as well, even if you don't plan on keeping them long term, you still have the chance of getting a sign and trade for them, as some teams may want to use their full mid-level exception on something else. So there's a number of reasons why you would do that. You got to keep in mind, at this point, there's bad basketball being played, but we're not going to act like good teams don't have one-way players on them as well. They do. They just do. We're just being the fact of the matter is when you have a better constructed team, one-way players look better when they're able to do their thing that they focus on. When you have a better constructed team, that's actually you're taking the whole team into consideration. Right now, the Bulls aren't constructed for anything. We don't have any structure. This roster construction makes no sense. Nothing on this team makes sense at all. To be honest, I would try to go ahead and Sochan. Okay, listen, there's another thing. Like, I love y'all, but y'all got to stop letting rumors make y'all think stuff is good. I get it that we struggle. Jeremy Sochan is a trash basketball player. Now, does he have some potential? Yes. But Jeremy Sochan, y'all, like, for the people that complain about P. Will and now saying, let's go out and get us some Jeremy Sochan. Now, I do think he's going to be a Chicago Bull. I want to be clear here. The rumors were there before. We got the most money as far as we still have our mid-level exception. We can offer a player. So if he really wants to come here, if the Bulls if AK really wants him, he's gonna go get him, right? So I want to be clear there. But Jeremy Sochan ain't gonna do much of shit for us. He's a slightly upgraded version of P. Will, and by slightly I mean ever so slightly. A very, like, when you look at him for his career, 10 points per game. playing 25 minutes per game, taking 8.9 shots per game, shooting the ball 46% from the field. He's a worse three-point shooter, 28% from the three-point line, with 0 blocks, 0 steals, well 0.4, 0.8 steals per game, 5 rebounds and 2 assists. He's if Patrick Williams is Timu or is Wish, Jeremy Sochan is Timu. That's just what that is. Like, neither one is going to do anything. Now, if you just want to take a shot on another young player to come in here and do something for you, great, but it ain't going to do shit for you either. What's up, Hayes? Maybe some of those second-round draft picks along with one of the players we traded for, we can probably get a late first. Probably not. And you got to keep in mind, the players that we traded for are all unrestricted free agents. You can't trade them at the draft. You can't trade them until free agency opens, and that's going to be a sign and trade at that point in time. So, now, unless you're talking about Rob Dillingham, then maybe, right? Like, maybe if that's what you're talking about. But as far as Collin Sexton, he's an unrestricted free agent. You can't trade him at the draft. Jaden Ivey's restricted free agent. You can't really trade him at the draft. Anthony Simons, unrestricted free agent. You can't really trade him at the draft. So, just thinking about that. I keep saying the same thing, Hayes. What development? I can't believe there are still Bulls fans that support this. We can lose 50 to 60 games for years with top picks and still no development. Well, listen. I'm just saying, I don't know if this continues past this year. Like people are saying that the Bulls are going to be tanking for years. I don't think that that's going to happen. AK is going to make some moves to get us right back to his version of competitive next year. So I only see this lasting this season because of the talent that's in this draft. I'm just saying for the rest of the way this season, ain't no development being done. There ain't no development being done the rest of the way this season. There's not. There's opportunity given, but ain't no development being done. You know, it's not at all. Ain't not a shred of development being done for this team. I feel bad for anybody who watched this full game. I swear I don't see how people buying tickets to see this week. Well, the problem is that at this point, tickets were already bought long before this point. Like, you got to keep in mind, most of the tickets are bought months before the game even happens. Dude, first time in a long time I actually went to do something else, like fucking sad, and I'm a hardcore fan, but this is what tanking is. Fuck that. I mean, listen, like, tanking's ugly. Tanking is ugly. It's ugly. It's ugly. It's very ugly. So, you know, not surprised by this by any stretch of the imagination. Hey, just imagine being giddy. AK tried to lowball you with the contract originally, and now he's giving you a bunch of scrubs to play with when you come back from injury. I mean, hey, listen, that's life. That's life. The NBA can change very fast, man. What's up, Hayes? Been on your channel for years. I never comment, but thank you for keeping us together during a boring time as Bulls fans. I ain't going nowhere, y'all. I ain't going nowhere. We're gonna still be here. We ain't gonna stop. None of that crazy shit. So hey, we're gonna be here. And we're gonna go through this together. Is all I can say. Bro, what the fuck did I just watch? I have a problem and I have to watch the Bulls, but man, the second half of the season is gonna be long, man. Hope we cook this offseason. We better cook this offseason, because if we don't, it is going to get ugly. We hate when we're mid. We hate when we take. The joys of being a Bulls fan. Let's just accept this team of fill-ins the rest of the season. It's about the draft and offseason at this point. Completely agree with you. Ivy Wash looked delayed on every play he makes. Yeah, I mean, he's coming back from injury. He's not himself. He's not going to be 100% healthy. And it's the mental aspect of it. Every other team, young players are hella athletic. We have high IQ. And are skilled. It's like Acme only looks at potential rating. No, I mean, our young players are still that too. Josh Giddey's our young player. He's very skilled. It's not just like you can be athletic and not do shit. But we got Modest Buzelis, who's really athletic. So, you know, you got that. Noah Essengay is nothing but athleticism. Don't forget about him, even though he's not playing this year. But like, keep in mind, we don't even have a young core anymore. We got Josh Giddey, Jalen Smith, Trey Jones, Modest Buzelis, Noah Essengay, and that's really the players that we're hoping are going to turn into something. Jaden Ivey, Rob Dillingham, maybe, right? Like, it just is what it is, man. Hayes, you're exactly right. It's no point to Giddey even come back this season. Modest, first of all, shout out to you for sounding that out, but still spelling it wrong. Ain't learning a damn thing out there. I just hope he don't get hurt on this pointless ass season. Oh, man, that will put a cap on an even worse ending of the season if Modest Buzelis was to get hurt and it'd be something serious. So let's knock on wood. Let's get that together, because I definitely hope that don't happen. Hayes is sounding like Peck. No, see, there's a difference in that. I said for the rest of this season. Peck is a whining crybaby ass bitch who literally will be like, Modest, he's not that good. Josh Giddey, why do we got Josh Giddey on this roster? I'm talking about the outlook for the rest of the season. That's what I'm talking about. I get you, but I'm good on these expiring. Sign and trade, sure, but these ages and lack of defense just isn't good enough. Like, I know Simmons and Sexton is good, but AK has no plan. Well, no, we can't say that. AK's plan is to make moves in the offseason. Now, how well he executes, like, AK has built a really good plan. You have potentially 2 first-round picks in this draft, right? 2 in the deepest draft in a while. That alone would be a plan for most teams. The problem isn't that AK doesn't have a plan. The problem is I don't trust AK to execute the plan. Having 2 first-round picks, 1 pick that's probably going to be the first pick in the second round, 3 picks in the top 32 or top 32 to 33 of this draft. Like I said, that would alone be a plan for most teams. You have all the cap space in the world. That alone would be a plan for most teams. So there's a plan there. The problem is I don't trust AK to execute on the plan. But it's not a bad plan to have because let's say it this way, right? This is again from logic. I'm not saying AK is going to do this. But let's say your plan is, bet we got Josh Giddey as our point. We can draft whoever we want. Whoever we feel is the best player on the board in the draft, we can take that because guess what? If it's a guard, they can fit next to Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey's shown he can fit next to just about any guard. If they're a scoring guard, whether they're a point or a shooting guard, we can make it work with Josh Giddey. If there are 3 or 4, Modest Buzelis can play either the 3 or the 4, so it works. If it's a 5, we need a 5, right? And then you can go high ceiling and high floor with your 2 first-round picks. Keep in mind, the Portland Trailblazers are what? I think one spot below the 8th seed. If they can get to the 8th seed this year, they only need 1 win in the play-in to get into the playoffs. So that would be a plan for most teams. The problem isn't the lack of a plan. The problem is he going to actually do the thing? That's the problem with AK. Is he actually going to do the thing? That's the question there. Because if you have 2 first-round picks and you end up picking 2 Dalen Terrys, what the fuck is that going to do for you? So it's not that there's not a plan. It's that who the fuck trusts AK to execute said plan? I don't. Nobody should. So he's going to have to show us. He's going to have to show us. Dalen Terry's playing with Philadelphia tonight. I thought he went to the Pelicans. The Kicks is spanking the Sixers. The Kicks. All right. He got to the Pelicans. He got waived, bro. Like, yeah, and then they signed him to a 2-way, I believe. Our defense is so hard. I don't know what this defensive scheme Billy is trying to play. There's always an easy backdoor cut or drive and kick out because there is there's no plan out there. We can run all the X's and O's analysis we want to. There is no plan out there as far as trying to play. There's just not that. Help me understand why sign and trade would work as opposed to them just signing with said team unless it's like a restricted free agent. Well, think about it this way. DeMar DeRozan was a unrestricted free agent. Did he sign and trade? The point of sign and trades is that teams like to do sign and trade so they can maintain their mid-level exception. So let's say that a team is looking at Collin Sexton. Name a team. Let's just say the Magic, right? We're just going to say the Magic because they need scoring. Let's just say the Magic. Let's say the Magic are saying, hey, we want Collin Sexton for scoring. We can give up part of our mid-level exception for him, or we can do a sign and trade. That way we can work him into our sign and trade for him. We can keep our mid-level exception, and then we can use our mid-level exception to go after Mark Williams. Mark Williams is going to sign for more than the mid-level, but that's the point of a sign and trade, right? It's not that they can't sign him otherwise, but it's that it creates another avenue for them to get that player and maintain their mid-level exception so then they can also go after something else. That's what the point of that is. The Pelicans second rounder might be pretty valuable for us if a good player falls out of the first round. Exactly. The Bulls could be in a position for, and there's always, especially in a deep draft like this, there's already somebody that's projected to go in the first round that's going to fall to the second. The Bulls could be in a position to grab that player there. Again, do I believe it? Do I believe AK to be ahead of it? Hell no, because it's Arturas Karnisovas. Hayes, I doubt we are tanking. The East standings have been so close. So as a break, we going to try to make a run with everyone back. Bro, they ain't going to make no run at this point. They're not going to make no run at this point. I can tell you that. Like, listen, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. There's still definitely an avenue for that. But, yeah, Does this feel like a team that's looking and be like, yeah, we can make a run? If you really look at it and wink your eyes and smoke a little cocaine, you can make a run. We can get right up in there. We can get right up in those cheeks. Like, no, it's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. 76ers lost by 49. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's face it, this is season already in. First of all, god damn that punctuation. What the fuck? Oh my Jesus. Oh my Lancer. Why don't y'all like to spell correctly? Why don't y'all? What the hell is wrong with y'all? See, the Bulls got y'all sniffing out ass cracks. Because, like, let's face it, this is season already. This is season already. This is season already end. That's English to you? Shay, what the fuck did you done to my chat, bro? Y'all got the Shayism, bro. Listen, I can't. That comment just gave me fucking ulcer, bro. I can't read that one. Peace, Brother Hayes. We all need to pray Acme gets fired. We could have prime MJ and still would be mediocre. We need a new front office. Listen, I can tell you this right now. Acme ain't going nowhere no time soon. If they were allowed to completely reset the roster like this, I tell everybody. We got 3 to 4 more years of Acme. I can guarantee you that right now. 3 or 4 more years of Acme. Billy ain't going nowhere on Jerry's watch. Not on my watch. Yeah, probably. Hayes, do you think Zach Collins will? It does not seem like it. It doesn't seem like it at all. Not sure, and you, Matt Peck, are cool anymore, but yeah, I had to step away from that channel. Now I get their negativity, but not in some of their takes. Just stop saying they. Stop saying, like, let's be clear here, right? And I don't give a fuck who this offends, who this pisses off. If anybody got a problem with it, they can come see me. It's not they. It's just Matt Peck. Will is not negative. Big Dave's not negative like that. Now they have some bad thoughts on this team because the team is bad, but really go and look at CHGO sometimes. And what I do is I like to read people's facial reactions. Look at some of Will's facial reactions to some of this shit. Like, Will goes into cyberspace sometimes when Peck gets to doing this thing where he's just like, here goes this motherfucker. Not to say that there's any beef between them as Penn. There's definitely not that. I'm not saying that at all. But we got to stop saying they. We have to stop saying they. It's not they. CHGO generally is not a negative channel. I want to be clear there. There are some really good people that work. Matt Peck is still a really good dude. As a human, Matt Peck is a really good dude. As a Bulls fan, my boy been going through it. I always say it. The Bulls ruined Matt Peck. And that's perfectly fine. It happens to all of us. What did I say a couple episodes ago? I'm an op. It's like of the Bulls at this point. We all ops. So it is what it is. Do I agree with Matt Peck? No. Do I think he whines sometimes like an incessant schoolgirl? Absolutely. Would I tell him that to his face? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. What up, Hayes? I love Matt Peck. Listened to him on the radio for years, but God knows he's annoying as fuck. I always think negative. I get it, but goddamn. And that's where I stand too. I've been listening to Matt Peck for 12 plus years. No hate on him as a person. But he's in a dark place. He's in a dark place right now. We've been there. Bulls management did this on purpose. They are tanking, and they said they would not do that. You're not competing with 18 guards. Yeah, you, C-Dub, Bobby, and the other guys be keeping us through these depressing times, bro. I pray we have fun Bulls basketball while watching your channel like we finally did with the Bears. It's going to come on the other side. We're going to come on the other side of that eventually. I don't know when it's going to happen, but eventually we're going to come on the other side of that. Maybe I'm a meathead with this, but I just feel like a bigger guard next to Giddey that can scale down to the forward spot as well would be better. Yeah, listen, we could talk about a better fit all day long, but just because you can talk, you still got to be able to go out realistically and get that guy. Simon can still be a perfectly good guard next. Now, that doesn't mean that it's the perfect or you can't get a better one from it. Nobody's saying that, but you got to talk about reality. Just because you can envision a better player next to it doesn't mean that player is attainable at that point in time. That's just the reality of it. So, we'll see. But like I said, the Bulls have a complete flexibility on what they want to do in this draft. Complete. And especially if they get both those first-round picks, they can go big. They can go guard. They can go wing. They can do a lot of different things. So I'm just saying that we can all envision a better scenario. You like until you're the best team in the league, you can always envision a better fit. But that doesn't mean that just because you can envision a better fit, that it's realistic to get that. Like, for example, if the Bulls do pick, let's say in the top 8, would you rather them take Keaton Wagler, the shooting guard there, or should they actually go after a big? It just depends on how you view the talent that's there, right? So that's all. That's all that I meant by that. I don't see a single reason to play Yabusele over Ulbrich. If Lachlan plays good, we get a backup center. If he plays bad, we lose, which is what we want. I mean, I get that. I mean, hey, I no notes on that one. I got no response, no rebuttal for that one. Are the Bulls running any set plays for the development? No, this is not about development. This ain't about development. Ain't no development being done the rest of the way this season. Ain't no development being done other than you developing eye aids from watching bad basketball. You can get ocular aids from watching bad basketball. That is the only other development that's possibly happening here. Ocular aids. That's what's happening to Chicago Bulls fans right now. A's, do we have a better chance of praying that cerebral palsy heals from my legs? What? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's absolutely wild, bro. That's crazy. Dog, I don't even know what we do as Bulls fans without your channel, to be honest, bro. Listen. Without my channel, too, without having a channel to vent, if I was just a regular Bulls fan, right? And not to say I'm not a regular Bulls fan, but I mean, like, without also having this channel. If Shay's crazy. If I was just a fan just sitting at home, I would be batshit ass crazy and frustrated right now. It would be crazy. Juju Chocho. Bro, what? Is that what you say when you motorboat your chick? That's crazy. That's the sound you make when you motorboat ass cheeks. This would have been a perfect season for SNK to get minutes. Shame it got wasted before it even started. Yeah. Please do a crisis hotline call. Oh, I haven't done a crisis hotline in a while. Maybe we'll do a crisis hotline on Sunday. That actually may be fun. Is let you guys call in. We can do that actually would probably be pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. That may be fun to do. You may just cook, Shay. You may just cook something up, bro. I'm really upset about the IO trade. Still not happy with it, but it was all the way down on Dillingham, but he's definitely playing much, much better than I thought. Have to admit I was wrong. I mean, we'll see. Hey, take a wild guess. How many years do you think it'll take us to make the playoffs? Listen, like I said, if AK actually gets his head out of his ass and finds a way to nail this offseason, we can be in the playoffs next year. I really do believe that. There's a possibility for that. Now, do I trust AK to get – this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say with this one. If instead of AK, if Pat Riley was here with all the cap space and the draft picks that the Bulls have, I would guarantee that the Bulls would be back in the playoffs next year. I would guarantee that. I would absolutely guarantee that. If the Bulls, if Pat Riley was here as the GM with all the draft picks, all the free agent capital, everything that we have, I would be willing to guarantee it if we had a GM like that. But unfortunately, we got a motherfucking K. So, if he happens to wake up one day and finds the wet spot in the pussy, maybe he can get in that motherfucker and we can get back in the playoffs. But I don't know. I have no idea. Development was over once AK fired. No, Peter Patton wasn't that in charge of development like that. We've been developing since then. All the development wasn't tied just to Peter Patton. Do video crisis hotline. Let motherfuckers join the stream. No. I'm not. That's one thing I'm not. I will never open up the video stream to you random motherfuckers. No, if Vaughn, you could come on anytime as if you want to do an episode. But no, there's too many weird niggas out there. Like you can't first of all, if you see you think I'm gonna open up a video stream to Shay, y'all see what he does with typing. Imagine what he would try to do with a webcam. Now I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. It's not happening. I'm not doing that shit. Not doing it. Modest overhyped as well. Khan, Knupples, Castle, Sar, Queen, and Vij are all for. No, they're just on better teams that actually have a better development plan. I can tell Modest Buzelis is a better basketball player than Khan Knupples. He's a more well-rounded basketball player than that. If you actually had a coach that actually let him take mid-range shots and develop his game, no. Like, no. Hell, Pax would listen, you're absolutely right. Pax, when he was the GM, you give Pax all the assets, absolutely he would cook. He would absolutely cook. But hey, we will see what goes on here, man. But that's hilarious. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Was Boylan this? Yes, Boylan was worse. As much as we complain about Billy Donovan, Jim Boylan was indeed worse. He was very much so worse. But all right, y'all, we're going to get ready to wrap it up, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully I made the stream fun after such a bad game, man. You guys are amazing. I love you guys, man. Make sure you guys are following us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. BullCentralPod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See you